warmed up and ready to race, you've literally got on your bike and you go from a standstill to 200 miles per hour down Bray Hill in what the first mile of the course. It's not like anything else you could experience. That bottom of Bray Hill there and jump over Agos, it's honestly insane. That soon wakes you up. Like if you were nervous sat on the start line, all of a sudden you're just blown away straight into full focus mode. And then down all the gears into first gear, coming out of there, right back up to top gear again. It's a really big corner, 6th gear on a superbike. It's
Is it a flat out corner?
not flat out, it's nearly flat out. You roll off and then into Union Mills. It's really technical, a bit off camber, a little jump there. There's so much going on already, and now this is the big part of it though. This is where you're going through your gears up to 6th gear now, just completely flat out, full gas in top gear, 200 miles per hour. And where else in the world can you do a jump at over 200 miles per hour? Coming up Crosby jump here. And I've got crossed up on it and got a bit sideways, and that was a bit of a scary moment for me a couple of years ago. You honestly, making sure you're on the right part of the road to avoid sections that you know where the bumps are on the road. So making sure you're on the right positioning on the road is very important. For all these corners here, you have to be at the right point of each turn, because each corner leads into the next one and the next one and the next one. So if you mess one up, you mess them all up. Now this is a really technical section. Coming through here, there's often damp patches through this section. If it's been raining like the day before, they'll hold a little bit of water in here because it's so shaded. There's trees everywhere, so it'll be a dry patch, maybe a tiny bit of a damp patch or something through here. But it's bumpy. There's a little jump there past the Black Dub, and another awesome place to spectate on the course. So undulating up and down these hills, which I think is awesome that the game shows all these undulations. It's not a flat course, not by any means. It's up and down hills the full time. Like just now, going up past Sarah's cottage, it's up a really steep hill. If you want to walk up here, it's genuinely a steep hill to walk up, and I think you can really see that in this game footage here. Through the famous McGuinness's Corner. A really fun section, one of my favourite sections. Coming up to Balagary here, really cool corner. You'll always come through the left here and do a bit of a wheelie as you go down the hill, and then as you get the bottom, there's a big compression at the bottom here, like you almost jump into a little dip that you can see the bike wobble there. It really does, and it's really difficult to get through there on a lap in real life, because it's a big compression of all the suspension and everything. Here, Sulby Straight, you always get the Sulby speed trap here. Always 200 miles per hour, around 200 miles per hour.
And with all the tree, it's like a tunnels, no?
It feels like you're going down a tunnel. Yeah, absolutely, with the trees over the top, and then trying to get it stopped into here is always a big challenge. A few people have ended up in the field at the end of that straight, because you're flat out in 6th gear for so long, and it's very easy to miss your braking marker. What's going through your mind now, you're thinking about the mountain. You're thinking about getting on that wide open flowing mountain. I think every rider has that same thought, because you just start climbing from Ramsey. You know, once you get around the hairpin, you build up to the gooseneck, and then you're on the mountain, and that's what you're looking forward to, because it's the last section of the TT course, really. This is a really important corner. Coming onto the mountain mile, if you get that right, you know you can make up a bunch of time, because we're on the mountain mile now. A full mile flat out in 6th gear. Again, really fast, really fast part of the course. Braking into this fast left, know what's coming up next. It's one of my favourite corners. As everybody always talks about the photos and videos where you get, not many of the guys get their elbow down, but you can drag your elbow around here, real short circuit style, MotoGP style. dragging an elbow on the bungalow, and then flat out again, uphillwards rise. 30-second milestone, again, like 3 apexes to the corner. You have to know them and get them right. If you make a mistake, you're off the side of the mountain. That isn't going to be good. Windy corner. I bet you can't guess why they call it that.
You have to manage the wind.
There's always, it's right in a valley there, so you always get wind from one way or another, and it's never just one direction. So it could come from the inside and push you out, and it also sometimes pushes you in.
Yeah.
But you have to know and be very aware of which way the wind's coming from. Weirdest corner on the circuit, because it's so tight and you're so used to doing 200 miles an hour and going so fast, but then it's so tight and twisty the last little bit, and there we have it, back onto Glencrutchy Road and completing a lap of the TT course.